Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's Shanna. So glad you're here. Now, it looks like I've got a real mess on my desk. I have got this Just Saying ephemera laying out, and I was thinking, man, I've got a lot of ephemera. Look at all of it. And so I started clustering, and so I took all of these little brackets and parentheses and signs and all that and laid it down on this pink panel and created just a background panel. And then I started clustering several different other clusters, and I've got them laying. We've got 4 cards here. And I was just trying to really use up this ephemera and create some clusters. And so I'm going to get this first panel laid down on here, and it's got a little white edge all the way around it. I just cut it. I cut 1/8 of an inch off all the way around it because I'd laid all the pieces on there and glued them down. And I actually pressed them in my die cutting machine after I glued them down. And then I thought I would just trim 1/8 of an inch all the way off. I'm also using up, I've been using up my last few videos, some fun foam that I have scraps of and using it to pop up my stuff. So that's what I've got here. It's just a light purple, and I don't mind. It'll be fine underneath there. And I'm just going to lay some of this down and get this popped up. I kind of tried to lay the ephemera in liked piles up there. I know it looks like a huge mess, but I kind of pushed them up so that I would have room to work with these 4 cards. But I had like all of my speech bubbles together, all of my 3x4s together, all of the floral elements together, the little stars and bubbles and those things together, and the cups together, and like all of the electronics like the phones and the cameras and the, I don't know, CD player or whatever. It's got a lot of retro stuff in it. So I thought this would be cute to just lay that Just Saying down on there. And so that's our first card. It's finished. And then for our next card, I've got 3 panels that I have embossed for these next 3 cards. I used the embossing folder, big bold florals that came as part of the collection. And I'm still struggling with this glue press. I'm about ready to just buy some regular Barely Art glue bottles and just start using them. Actually, I have some small bottles that I could just fill with glue. I need to just fill them up and go with that. So I'm just going to get this panel laid down on here. Now I'm going to try this one out, and then I don't think it pops like I want it to on this. So I'm going to lay it aside, and I'm going to try this next one. And I'm thinking I like that better. It's kind of color coordinated, but, kind of tone on tone. But these are the 3 panels, and this is how I've decided to do it. It wasn't what I had in mind when I first got going. And I'm just sliding a card base in underneath each of them. So now I've got all of the elements for each one of these cards. So I'm just going to start on the second one. I've got this tab that I'm going to put on the back of this bubble. And I'm going to bring some more of that foam in, and then we're just going to start layering them up. I'm trying to practice clustering die cut images and ephemera, so that I can use a lot of it up and figure out ways to cluster it to where it looks nice. So I was just playing around, didn't have the camera going, and I got all of these put together, and I thought, I'm just going to turn the camera on and record what I'm doing here. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to get this laid down on there, and then we'll start clustering things up on here. And I think I'm off camera fighting with that glue bottle. So I've got this heart, which is really pretty, and I've got a little, little tag that I'm going to lay down on there, and I've got my sentiment, and I'm going to just kind of cluster them like this. So my little tab at the top says "Life is Sweet," and then I've got my heart, and I've got "You to Best," and then I'm going to bring in an arrow and that flower, and these are going to be the pieces, and we're just going to get them laid down on here. I'd already previously glued that little heart square up on my bigger heart. And then we've got our sentiment. We're just going to get it laid down on there. I think I've got some glue or something on there, so I'm going to take my glue eraser and try to get it cleaned off. And I'm going to cross levels with that heart, so I just cut a piece of scrap, and I'm going to lay it on the back of this, and then we'll get it glued down. And I'm in my craft room, and my heater has kicked on, So I hope that's not too distracting in the background. And I'm going to lay my acrylic block on there so that it'll just press down. And then we'll get our little arrow and our floral element laid on there. And we're just going to lay it like this. I still think I could get better at clustering. I'm sure there's more you can do. I'm going to pop up my floral. I've got these little foam squares here, and I'm just going to pop up the floral part and add just a little bit of dimension. We've got the embossed panel, and we've got the background panel popped up with that foam, so we're going to have a little bit of dimension on here. And then we'll get this laid down. So I kind of pulled these things together before I went to praise team practice, and I just left them laying out on my desk, and then I went to praise team practice, and then I came home and I thought, I'm just going to go ahead and put these cards together and turn the camera on. And so that's what we're doing here. So I got a new foot pedal, a reverb foot pedal for my electric guitar, and I'm going to do a kind of a little bit of a finger picking in the background while everyone else is strumming. I'm going to do some finger picking on this one particular song. And so I've been practicing it, and they say it sounds really good with the pedal, with the reverb and everything. So hopefully it does. But I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try and start doing some more tabs. Now here, this paper's too big for this paper cutter, so I'm gonna go off to my guillotine and cut it real quick. And now we're able to layer that up. So anyway, I'm gonna try and start finding the tabs for some of the songs that we're singing, and see if I can do some of the lead parts maybe. And it just, because we have multiple guitars, it just, trying to add some different interests. I always play, it's high on the neck. When you look at it, it would appear to be low, but it's the opposite of what you think. I play high on the neck because everybody else plays low on the neck, and so I try to add some dimension with that. But I just feel like we're all kind of strumming the same thing. I really just want to have a little bit of difference. So I'm just trying some different things. I don't know, for better or for worse, but anyway, it was fun. And I've been practicing it all week. So hopefully by Sunday it'll be good enough. Hopefully better than horrible. But anyway, so I'm just getting all my little bits and pieces laid down on here. And I'm going to get this star laid down on here. The particular song that I'm talking about is called Send Me. And so that's the song that I'm talking about, doing some finger picking on. Anyway, so there's that card, and we're going to do our last one, and they came together pretty quickly. I did spend a minute figuring out what I was going to put where. And I'm using my tape runner because I've given up on the glue. And I just need to trim this off. It's all kinds of out of shape there. We'll just trim it up, and then we'll get our little panel laid down on here, and we'll start clustering up our different pieces of ephemera. And I still have a ton of this ephemera to use. I mean, and I've put, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, however many pieces on each one of these cards, and I still have a ton. So I'm going to be working with this for a while. I'm hoping to do some scrapbooking with it as well, so hopefully I can do that. I need to get some pictures printed of the boys and then just start in. So that's really what's holding me back, is I need to get my pictures printed. I suppose I could do some sheets, set some panels together without the pictures, but I really feel like the pictures drive what I want to put on there. So that's why I feel like I need to get my pictures printed. But so for this one, I added one of the stickers, and it says celebrate, and I've got today celebrate. And I thought this could be like a birthday card if I put a birthday sentiment on the inside, which, by the way, I need to add some sentiments to the insides of these cards so that I don't have to do that later. I said I was going to start doing that, and I've not done a very good job of it. So we'll lay this arrow down, and then we'll put this other little, two little circles that are together. And I'm going to actually dig around, and I'll find another pair of circles, and I'll get them laid down on there as well. Just looking, I feel like I just need something else for that little area of space there. And there we go. I found another little, and I'll turn them in a different direction. We'll just add them on there. And then that'll finish up this card. I'm just going to clip off the extra that's hanging over and get rid of it. And then we've got our 4 cards, and I think they turned out fun. So we've got hello, we've got you the best, just saying, and today celebrate. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.